Immerse yourself in the late 18th and early 19th century, a time of great upheaval and change across Europe. It was a period characterized by the French Revolution, a momentous event that not only toppled the monarchy, but also ignited a wave of radical political movements. In the midst of this turmoil, the social fabric of France was being torn apart, creating a vacuum of power. The chaos, uncertainty, and discontent of the masses provided the perfect breeding ground for a new kind of leader to emerge, a leader with vision, ambition, and the audacity to seize power. Amidst this whirlwind of change, amidst the cries for liberty, equality, and fraternity, a young man was steadily rising through the ranks of the French military. As the dust of the revolution began to settle, a young man named Napoleon Bonaparte emerged from the shadows, ready to make his mark on history. Born into minor nobility on the island of Corsica in 1769, Napoleon Bonaparte was destined for greatness. Imagine a young boy born just a year after his island home became French property, destined to shake the very foundations of Europe. Napoleon's early life was characterized by a fierce ambition, fueled by his upbringing and education. His parents, eager to provide their son with the best opportunities, sent him to mainland France to attend the prestigious military academy in Brienne-le-Château. Here, Napoleon, a young islander in a foreign land, immersed himself in his studies, mastering French and developing a keen interest in history and mathematics. However, it wasn't just academic prowess he displayed. Young Napoleon also showed a distinct knack for leadership. He was often found leading his peers in mock battles, a foreshadowing of what was to come. Upon completion of his studies in Brienne, Napoleon was admitted to the École Militaire in Paris, one of the most esteemed military schools in France. It was here that he began to craft his military strategy, studying the great military leaders of the past and honing his own unique approach to warfare. The French Revolution, a tumultuous period of social and political upheaval, provided the perfect platform for Napoleon to showcase his military prowess. As a young artillery officer, he quickly made a name for himself with his strategic brilliance and effective use of artillery. His successful leadership during the siege of Toulon in 1793, where he dislodged a British naval force, was a testament to his tactical genius and leadership capabilities. This achievement earned him a promotion to brigadier general at the tender age of 24, a clear indication of his extraordinary abilities. In these early years, Napoleon's strategic brilliance and strong leadership skills were evident. The French Revolution served as a testing ground for his military strategies, allowing him to develop and refine his skills. These experiences laid the foundation for his rise to power, marking the beginning of a journey that would forever alter the course of history. His strategic brilliance was evident early on, earning him the respect and recognition of his peers. In the wake of the revolution, Napoleon's star was on the rise. As France staggered from the chaos of the revolution, a young, ambitious military officer saw an opportunity. Napoleon Bonaparte, fueled by a combination of skill, charisma, and ruthlessness, began to climb the ranks of the French military. His impressive victories on the battlefield, from the siege of Toulon to the Italian campaign, swiftly eroded the skepticism of his superiors and the public alike. But Napoleon was not content merely with military success. His tactical acumen extended to the political arena as well. In the power vacuum left by the revolution, he maneuvered himself into a position of authority. The coup d'état of 18 Brumaire, a carefully orchestrated political gambit, propelled him to the helm of the French government. As the first consul, he wielded unprecedented power, but his ambition was not yet sated. In the year 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French. This audacious act was more than just a symbolic gesture. It was a clear statement of his intent to reshape France and Europe in his image. He embarked on ambitious plans for expansion, leading his grand army to victories across Europe, from Austerlitz to Jena. His empire stretched from the Atlantic to the borders of Russia, an impressive testament to his military prowess and strategic genius. Yet, Napoleon's vision was not just about territorial conquest. He also sought to reform the French legal system. The Napoleonic Code, as it came to be known, was a comprehensive set of civil laws that fundamentally reshaped French society. It abolished feudal privileges, established the principle of legal equality, and enshrined property rights, among other changes. This code would prove to be one of his most enduring legacies, influencing legal systems around the world. Napoleon was at the height of his power, but the tides of fortune are ever changing. As quickly as Napoleon rose to power, his downfall was equally swift. Napoleon's ambitions didn't stop at dominating Europe. His eyes were set on the vast expanse of Russia, a decision that would prove disastrous. In June of 1812, Napoleon led what was then the largest army Europe had ever seen, 500,000 strong, into Russia, but the country's sheer size, coupled with the harsh winter, decimated his troops. By the time Napoleon retreated, he had lost over 400,000 men. This invasion proved to be a turning point, a blunder that revealed cracks in his once seemingly invincible empire. Back home in France, the tide was turning against him. The French people, wearied by years of war and economic hardship, began to lose faith in their emperor. His military failures, particularly in Russia, further eroded his popularity. Political support dwindled, and in April of 1814, Napoleon was forced to abdicate the throne. However, the man who had once dominated Europe was not going down without a fight. After being exiled to the island of Elba, Napoleon escaped and returned to France, initiating a period known as the 100 Days. But his comeback was short-lived. In June of 1815, he suffered a crushing defeat at the Battle of Waterloo. This time, there was no coming back. Exiled again, he was sent to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic, a far cry from the grandeur of his former empire. Here, far from the battlefields and the politics, Napoleon lived out the rest of his days. On May 5th, 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte, the man who had once been Europe's most powerful ruler, died a lonely exile on a distant island. Napoleon's reign had ended, but his impact was far from over. Napoleon Bonaparte left an indelible mark on history.